Hello, snowy owls. I'm glad you're here. I was just giving Bertie a brush. Here's Bertie. He wants to say hello to all you snowy owls at home. Bertie is a very small dog, and he is a very strange dog because he doesn't really like going for a walk. Have you got a dog? Do they like going for a walk? I bet they do. Well, I have got a story today which is all about a dog who loved going for a walk. It's called Mr. Davies and the Baby, and it's by Voake. There's Mr. Davies. Can you read what he's saying? Woof woof, well done. Once upon a time, there was a little dog called Mr. Davies. All day long he stayed in his garden. He sniffed the smells and dug holes in the flower beds. He ate his meals, and when it rained, he slept in his kennel. Next door to Mr. Davies lived a baby. You can just see the baby. He's in his pushchair just going past the gate. Every single day, the baby and his mother went out for a walk. "Hello, Mr. Davies," the baby's mother said. The baby clapped his hands and laughed, and Mr. Davies wagged his tail. Mr. Davies watched them go down the road and wished he could go with them. Then, one day, Mr. Davies found he could squeeze right under the gate, and he came out to meet the baby. The baby was very excited, so was Mr. Davies, and he jumped about and wagged his tail. "Nice dog," said the baby's mother. "Now go home, Mr. Davies." Do you think Mr. Davies is going to go home? Let's find out. But Mr. Davies was much too excited to listen. He just wagged his tail harder and followed them down the road. Mr. Davies was very good until he saw some ducks. "Woof," said Mr. Davies. "Mr. Davies, come here," shouted the baby's mother. Are you enjoying this story, Bertie? You're being very good, much better than Eden was the other day. The next day, Mr. Davies went out for a walk with the baby. Again, but this time he chased the cat. Woof! And the next day, Mr. Davies saw a man on a bicycle and chased him up the road. Being a bit naughty. People asked the baby's mother, "Is this your dog?" "No, he is not," she said. One day, the baby's mother went next door. "Please, could you stop Mr. Davies getting out of the garden?" she asked. The next day, Mr. Davies ran to meet the baby, and the baby held out his arms. You see, he's tied up to his kennel. There's the baby by the gate. But just as Mr. Davies got to the gate, he came to a sudden stop. Poor Mr. Davies had been tied to his kennel. He barked and barked, but he could not get free. The baby and his mother set off down the road. Soon they couldn't hear Mr. Davies barking anymore. The baby was sad. Even the baby's mother was sorry that Mr. Davies had been tied up. It was very quiet. Then suddenly they heard a smashing and a banging and a happy barking coming towards them. It was Mr. Davies. You'll never guess what he's done. And he was bringing his kennel with him. Can you see? He must have been so desperate for that walk. The very next day, the baby and his mother bought Mr. Davies a beautiful lead. Now he goes walking with them every day, and everyone is happy, even the duck. Quack, quack. They're all smiling. Hope you liked that story. I love getting pictures and messages from you. So please keep them coming. It's lovely to see photos of you working at home and having fun in the sunshine. And it's good to hear that you're enjoying all the stories for Snowy Owl Story Club. So hopefully I'll have another story for you tomorrow. Maybe Bertie will come with me. Should we go for a walk then, Bert? Okay. See you tomorrow. Bye.